Rod Stewart has spent decades mastering the art of being a rock star. But sometimes, he does not even have to try to be funny. Put Rod Stewart in an interview, give him a microphone, and ask him a completely ordinary question. Somehow, the story turns into something you could never have scripted. Here are 5 moments that show exactly why nobody is unintentionally funny quite like Rod Stewart. In this interview, the conversation turns to his friendship with Elton John, and Rod immediately takes us into a world where rockstar life sounds less like ordinary life and more like a bizarre comedy sketch. Rod describes the early 70s, when he and Elton lived close to each other in Ascot.
We'd be up all night doing drugs and things, and I'd knock on the door at 10 o'clock in the morning. Come on, Stuart!
It's almost like a music derby, if you will, between you and Sir Elton.
We both used to live real close to each other in the early 70s in Ascot. The Christmas presents he bought me, see, I thought I was buying him a big Christmas present. It was like a fridge, and you press a button, and it comes up, and steam comes up, champagne and everything like that, and then it goes down again. It was 600 quid. He gave me Rembrandt.
I wasn't expecting that.
Unbelievable. He is one of the most generous guys ever.
Has Elton ever brought you to a Watford game?
Oh my God, yeah, we used to go. We'd be up all night doing drugs and things, and I'd knock on the door at 10 o'clock in the morning. Come on, Stuart! And he'd come in, he had his top hat when I used to stay over at his place. He's like his bowler hat on and everything. We're going to see Watford and all smartly dressed, and yeah, we used to go.
They sound like sometimes.
What was Sir Elton John like as a football player?
2 bob.
Really? No.
Yeah. He loved the game. He could never play it. Weren't bad at throwing-ins.
The funniest part is the contrast. Rod is describing nights that sound completely chaotic, but then suddenly Elton John appears at 10 in the morning, dressed properly, wearing his hat, ready to go to a football match. That is Rod Stewart at his best. He does not need to construct a joke. He just describes what happened, and somehow the story becomes hilarious. In this other interview, this one begins seriously. Rod is talking about one of the most difficult periods of his career, losing his voice and having to rebuild his singing ability. He explains what happened after his throat cancer treatment and how frightening it was to suddenly lose the thing that had defined his entire career.
I think when I had the throat cancer, that was a point where I thought, no, I've had it now. Because once I had that done, the voice completely went, because they cut through your neck with a knife. And of course all the muscle memory is destroyed. So you forget how to sing. You almost forget how to talk. So I had to teach myself all again how to sing. And there was one point I thought, can't do this. I just kept going through it.
Wow. And were you worried that you might never get your voice back the way it was?
Yeah. I thought, what was I going to do? What am I going to do?
How long were you off for at that time?
A year.
Yeah. Okay.
So the band would gather in my garage in Los Angeles. They'd come round, right, let's play Maggie May. And I'd go, wake up, Maggie, I think. And it was gone. So bit by bit, it just came back.
Wow.
It's because all the vocal cords are a couple of muscles.
Yeah.
It's like muscles in your leg. If you have them cut, they forget what to do.
Yeah. So you got to teach them again.
What makes this moment so memorable is that Rod is talking about something deeply serious, yet the story suddenly becomes almost painfully funny. The humor comes from the sheer absurdity of the situation. The man who could fill arenas with that voice is suddenly standing in his own garage, unable to finish one of his most famous lines. And Rod tells it without trying to turn himself into the hero of the story. He simply remembers how strange it was. Then we get one of the most Rod Stewart stories imaginable. The interviewer asks him about the funniest thing that ever happened during his enormous career. And instead of giving a harmless backstage story, Rod goes straight back to his Faces days.
What's the most humorous thing that's happened to you? You've had all these performances on every continent, with the possible exception of Antarctica. What's the funniest thing that happened to you?
Oh man, that's one thing I do remember is when I was in the Faces. We always have to have women throwing themselves at us. They'd be at the Holiday Inns or whatever hotel we were checking into, and I went up to my room once. I don't know if you're going to be able to broadcast this. I went up to my room once and thrown my cases on the chair and locked the door and went to the small room to do some business and took my trousers down And then behind the shower curtain, I heard a rustling and a giggling, and two girls actually got into the shower room, into my room. So I went, who's in there? Pulled my trousers up, and there was two girls.
Even before the story finishes, you can almost hear the interviewer realizing where this is going. He just remembers the ridiculous situation and describes it exactly as he experienced it. That is the secret to Rod's interview humor. He tells stories like someone who has lived through an unbelievable number of strange situations, because he has.
Let me tell you something about that song, which is most gratifying is, now, through the years, guys have come up to me and when they were younger and said, like you, said, thank you for writing that song, because I was in a dark place and it got me through that period. I was unsure of my sexuality and that got me through.
This interview takes a completely different turn. Rod is talking about the impact one of his songs has had on people over the years. And suddenly, beneath the rock star stories and jokes, there is something surprisingly touching. There is no big joke here, because behind the outrageous stories, the rock star image and the unmistakable personality, Rod has spent decades creating music that people attach their own lives to. And when those people eventually meet him and tell him that one of his songs helped them through a difficult period, that is clearly something he values. And finally, we get perhaps the most chaotic few seconds of the 5. The interview begins normally enough. A greeting, a compliment, a little conversation. Then suddenly, interviewer introduces a name nobody seems to recognize. Big Meeks.
Legendary Rod Stewart is with Peter Schmeichel and
The legend Rod Stewart! Wake up, Maggie! I think I got something to say to you!
Yeah!
Lovely. How you doing, Jamie?
I'm great, Rod. How are you, mate? You look fantastic.
I know. Oh, long time, yeah.
What
Loving
is it
every
that
month.
makes Celtic such a special club? I mean, to be in your company, I'm good.
I've had a couple.
Oh my!
You know who Big Meeks is? Does he know who Big Meeks is, Peter?
You know who Big Meeks is? You know who Big Meeks is?
Big knees? No.
Maybe we should let him introduce himself. That's him.
Big knees.
No.
Big
We'll show a
Meeks!
picture of
Big Meeks, Micah Richards, Rod, Sir Rod, how you
yeah,
doing?
of course I do. Micah thing.
This is Rod Stewart in pure interview mode. There is no explanation. Whether he is remembering Elton John turning up to watch football in a top hat, trying to sing Maggie May after losing his voice, discovering 2 unexpected guests behind his shower curtain, reflecting on the people his music helped, or suddenly demanding that everyone recognize Big Meeks, Rod rarely sounds like he is trying to be funny. And that may be exactly why it works. Some people tell jokes. Rod Stewart tells stories. And somehow, the stories become jokes all by themselves. Nobody is unintentionally funny quite like Rod Stewart.